Nearly 200 years ago, this was the map of the Mexico-U.S. border, when Mexico was the rightful owners of the Southwest, until a human race called the Anglo-Saxons felt Mexicans weren't capable of making proper use of the land. This is the map of our border today, and we're going to find out if the people think these walls serve their purpose.
This is the U.S.-Mexico border in San Diego, California, a land that was once Mexico. This is only a piece of the 2,000-mile-long border. This is considered the world's longest boundary between a first-world country and a third-world country. But what do these walls signify? What are their purpose? Do these walls give a negative identity to what Mexican people really are? We are going to find out what others think through a series of interviews. We will start first with San Diego City College professor Abel Macias.
When I talk about immigrants, illegal aliens, what is the race that comes to your mind first?
In the United States, I think about Mexicans, not because I think they're illegal aliens, but because I know in the United States, that's the race that is associated with illegal immigrants.
When I talk about the U.S.-Mexico border, what are your initial thoughts about its purpose?
My initial thoughts are it's there to serve a very specific purpose, and that's to create this facade that the United States government is trying to keep Mexicans out and other people from Latin America out of the United States, to present an image that it's being tough on immigration, and it's taken a position on that, but in the reality, I know that that's not the intention. It doesn't serve that purpose. People still cross the border no matter how high you make the fence.
A reading that we had in class, it's called Race and Manifest Destiny, the Origins of Racial Anglo-Saxon. On chapter 11, there is a quote, "Americans, it was argued, were not to be blamed for forcibly taking the northern provinces of Mexico. For Mexicans, like Indians, were unable to make proper use of the land. The Mexicans had failed because they were a mixed inferior race with considerable Indian and some black blood. The world would benefit if a superior race shaped the future of the Southwest." Mm-hmm. Now, seeing the way the world is today, do you think these Anglo-Saxons were right?
No, I don't think they're right. I think that the idea that there's a superior race for one, is false. There's no such thing as a superior race. Two, there is no such thing as race. Three, I think that that the idea that a group of people, based on the color of their skin, are able to prosper more, are able to develop something more, and capitalist farming is the answer to prosperity, and that's their perspective, and there's going to be a cost because of that. So if the people living in that region have a different lifestyle, a more communal lifestyle, where they feel that they could benefit and society could benefit further if they work together in a communal type of agricultural environment, then that's their way of life.
My name is Heidi Lopez. We're right down here at the border crossing. I'm here with Mr. Gary Coles. Why do you think this border wall exists?
Politics. I think all borders are based on politics and actually controlling people. I'm one of the people who is very much against borders.
Thank you. Do you think this wall serves its purpose, or do you think it's only a waste of money?
I think it is a horrendous waste of money. Anyone who had a real desire can cross this border.
Thank you. Do you agree that the Border Patrol should be allowed to use military technology, such as drones, to guard the borders?
No.
No.
I feel that the United States should use the same techniques as Mexico is using, a very fast, friendly border. No use of force, no military technology, drastic reduction in the number of personnel.
Thank you very much.
What's your name?
My name is Michael Margay.
Why do you think the border is there?
Why do I think the border's here? Because
Yeah.
it separates two countries, Mexico and the United States.
Why do you think it's important to separate the two countries?
Why do I think it's because Mexicans speak a different language, they have a different way of living, there's a different society. In other words, they're more socialist than we are capitalism. There's different types of economies. That's basically it.
Okay. So do you think it's fair to have the strong regulations in the border?
Unfortunately, I do agree with him because there's so many, such a big problem with drugs and people stealing cars and going down to Mexico, although Mexico doesn't return the cars. There has to be some type of control, yeah.
They do that is because the media is vested in this image of criminalizing immigrants.
Hello, my name's Andrea de los Santos. What's your name?
My name is Andrew Perryman.
How often do you cross the border?
Let's just say about like 3 or 4 times a week.
Why do you think the border is there?
Catching criminals, smuggling people, smuggling drugs. It could be a whole lot. Now, those are the bad things and stuff, And then I guess, it could come down to like, terrorist attacks and stuff like that would have happened through the 9/11 thing.
As you can see, people have different opinions about the existence of the U.S. border. It has come a long way in the last 200 years. We can only hope that as time passes, the controversy between borders will come to an end and our countries will no longer be divided.